Hey guys, it's Milena and you're watching Maybe Milena. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of sketchbook tours. And I'm so sorry that I haven't been on lately. I've had a lot of things going on. If you guys want to know everything that's been going on, I might talk about it a little bit in this video, but I can tell you about it in a separate video and go like full depth. But pretty much, I've just been really super duper busy. I had no time for even free time fun things, much less to do YouTube, which really hurts me because YouTube's like such a passion of mine. But I decided to sit down and film today. I have to be at work in less than an hour, and I still have to change into my uniform. That's why my hair is still wet because I just showered. But I was like, I've got to get a YouTube video filmed no matter what. So I sat down and decided I would do a sketchbook tour because I've been promising it for weeks and have not done it yet. So I'm really excited to show you guys the work that I've been doing since I came to NOC and some of the stuff that I had before. So just sit back and get ready. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I have 3 sketchbooks. As you can see, I've got this big black one, which is the newest one. I've got this blue one, which is like middle-aged, and this smaller black one, which is the oldest. So I'm going to start with the work that I did first and then just move on into like the things that I have done since I've been to NOC. This sketchbook I had when I was 15. I got it in 2015. It was a Christmas present, so it was like December of 2015. And so it's just a black spiral bound, just a Walmart sketchbook. And so the first thing you see as you open it up, I made like goals for myself within the sketchbook and like drawing ideas just on the little front cover page. And then the first page, I've just got this really badly drawn heart key. I'm pretty sure this is something that I saw on Tumblr, Pinterest, something like that, and decided I wanted to draw it or like copy it pretty much. This was before I really knew much about copyright and stealing people's work, so I kind of just copied everything. This next one is just like a little rock and roll hand that says whatevs on a little banner. I was obsessed with drawing hands and banners back in the day, and then I just recently went back in and colored it all purple. I did this really good angel wing and I was so proud of this, and then I decided that I was too afraid to draw another one, so like because it just looked so good and I was so afraid that I wouldn't be able to get it to look the same. So I just left it with one in there, and I'm kind of disappointed in myself for it. This year, around New Year's, Christmas time, I decided to set goals for my sketchbook because I was like, wow, I'm going to an art school and I haven't been drawing much at all in the past couple years. Like, I need to sit down and like get used to drawing again and drawing consistently. So I set goals. So this is just a page of goals. I did a blind contour of a lamp. And I actually really like blind contours. Like, they're a lot of fun, and it's pretty much where, if you're not an art person, it's where you look at something and you have your paper here in front of you, but you're looking at what you're drawing instead of looking at your paper. You never take your eyes off of what you're drawing, and you never look at your paper until you're finished. So this is the blind contour of my lamp. This is the regular contour. I did it in the same night. So this is my regular contour of a lamp. And then I did a really good study of some eyeballs. Like, I really suck at drawing people even still, but like back then I could not draw, like I could draw a stick person, but that's about it. So I was studying like how to draw realistic eyes, watching a lot of YouTube videos and looking up a lot of reference photos and drawing from life and doing a lot of stuff. So I did a page full of nothing but eyes. This is the first one, that's the last one, so they kind of got better and more realistic as I went on. This is a guy's eyes, and I really, even now, think that drawing guys is complicated. Like, I always make them look womanly, and it's really bad. But I was so proud of this page, but then I decided to put watercolor on top of it because supposedly putting watercolor on top of graphite will make it not smear. But then I didn't realize, like, I didn't have much experience working with watercolor, and I didn't realize this paper is really thin, so it wasn't a good idea to do watercolor in this sketchbook. But I didn't even think about it. I just went ahead and did it, and it bled through a lot of pages, and it was really bad, and it ended up not even looking good. I'm sorry, I just got a message. But it really made me really upset, especially because I thought it looked so good in the first place, and they didn't even look as good after. Like, it took away some of the details and stuff. But I'm still, like, kind of proud with it. This is, like, my first set of realistic eyes. So next, I was really set on trying to learn how to draw people. So next up, I decided to draw noses. And so I did a study on noses, and I think they came out pretty good. This one looks a little wonky, but they're, like, all just kind of different because everybody's nose is different. And then I drew my friend's nose. I'm going to try to cover up his name, but I didn't really get a chance to shade it just because I didn't have my shading pencils at school. I left this one out because this page got torn out, but this is, like, a really, like, I'm really proud of this drawing. I decided one time to do a, like, a focal point type study. Not focal point, perspective, sorry. But it's, like, an old worn down building that I actually found a picture of from, like, Google Maps and stuff, and I thought it was really cool. And it came out pretty good. It's not finished in any means, but I can't find the picture again, so I guess it's finished enough. This one is a New Year's entry, and I had 6 New Year's, I call them New Year's ambitions, because, what are they called? New Year's resolutions. Those never come out right for me, but, like, ambitions, I looked up, like, words that were kind of the same as resolutions, but didn't have, like, the same exact meaning. 1 was draw daily, 2 was be more minimal, 3 was don't hold back, 4 was get tattoos, because at the time I didn't have any, I was still 17, 5 clean daily, and 6 make memories. And so I believe that I've done all of the above except for clean daily, and I haven't really been as minimal as I would like to be, and I'd also like to sit down and do a video about that, but that's for a later point. And then there's also my favorite quote. It's by Neil Gaiman, and it's in both of my sketchbooks, actually. It says, "I hope that in this year to come, you make mistakes, because if you're making mistakes, then you're trying and making new things, learning and living, pushing yourself, changing yourself and the world." And that's, like, a little bit tweaked, because I didn't really have room to do all of it. And then I was going to do something else at the bottom. I can't remember what it was, but, like, I'd save that space at the bottom for something, and I just don't know what it was. And then here I was going to do a New Year's drawing. You can see there's 2 little people kissing, and there was going to be, like, a huge firework here and, like, the countdown, like, New Year's countdown thing over here. But, so now is the time to explain the blue pages and the waterlogging and all of that, and, like, also why I stopped drawing senior year of high school. I still drew in art class and stuff. So I was also trying to, like, be healthier as the new year was coming in, so I was, like, trying to drink more water and everything. So I had a mason jar, which is just a glass jar with a metal lid on the top. I had it down in my book bag, and it had water all in it, and for me to drink throughout the day at school. And I don't know why I didn't pick another bottle. I was just thinking, okay, well, this glass one will stay closed better, like, it won't leak, and so it won't get on my stuff. And I sit down for lunch, and I look in my bag, and everything is soaked, and there's glass everywhere, and the jar had busted, soaked through my sketchbook, and then from the one watercolor page, like, almost every page turned blue, like, up until, like, the halfway mark, and then the rest of them are still, like, waterlogged and, like, crinkly, and it was just really, really annoying and made me very angry. So I kind of just gave up on sketching for quite a while. And then I tried to come back in this sketchbook a few times, and this is, like, when I bought this one, and I'd always wanted a mixed media sketchbook anyway, so I went ahead and bought this one, but I just couldn't get in the motivation, in the mood to sketch, just because that whole situation just, like, ruined it all for me. It was, like, it just felt like a waste of time, because all of this work now was kind of ruined. And I even had to bring this sketchbook to NOSI, like, for my portfolio, because they were like, we want to see some sketchbooks too, we want to see some sketchbook work. And I'm like, well, my sketchbook's ruined, but it's the only one I've got that I've got working, so I've got to show you this one. But they even suggested, like, why don't you use the water marks to, like, make a piece, like, base a piece off of it, don't just let that sketchbook go to waste. So I kind of tried to work along with that. But this is just, like, a little board drawing in nothing but pen. Like, I didn't, usually when I'm using ink, oh my goodness, I hate how this lighting keeps changing, but I can't, like, focus it on my face, because then it won't focus on the drawing. So I usually draw with pencil before I draw in ink, just so I can map it out, and, like, if I mess something up, I can erase it. But this was just, like, a quick sketch, didn't really care. because it's in the crappy sketchbook that got messed up. So I was just like, whatever, like let's just sketch this out. And so it's my favorite flower, which is a peony, inside a diamond, and it's not really finished. It was just something that I was sketching, like just to get in the mood of drawing. And then this next one's kind of embarrassing because it looks so bad. This one I was trying to also work with like the waterlog mark, as well as just like a little stress-free drawing, and it's just kind of funny. It's in ink, and it's just an alien. And the moon, I don't know what the moon's doing, like I guess like this is him ascending up back to the moon because he came from the moon or something, and then here's like little footprint marks from where he dropped off one of his friends. I don't know. It was just something quick that I made up. Like this was like, the outline of this spaceship was seriously just like the inside handle of my scissors. Like I was just trying to make something up that would look cool and be quick and easy and like stress-free. That was the biggest thing, was stress-free. So that's what that is, and that's all that's in this sketchbook. It's pretty much a waste. But nowadays, if I feel like stressed out and I need to draw something, but like I don't want to have like a stressed out drawing that I feel like has to look good, then I know I can come to this sketchbook and be like, okay, it's whatever. If it looks really bad, that's okay. I can do the worst drawings in this sketchbook and I won't be mad at it. My next sketchbook I have is the Canson XL Mixed Media. It's 98 pound. It's 5.5 by 8.5 inches, and it's good for pretty much any medium. I was trying to make this sketchbook like a good one so that it looks really nice to be put on YouTube and be like all those other sketchbook girls. So I put like little page markers and all this stuff, and like try to make it organized and really cute. And so I even left some blank space at the front. That's what this first one says. It's upside down. It's blank space. Because I was going to do a sketchbook video for you guys, like how to start a sketchbook. And then the second little marker, which all the blank space is indeed blank. The second little marker is random stuff. So this was kind of like before I got everything planned out in my sketchbook, and I was just kind of doing some homework without planning it. The first page in here is a page of different little thumbnail ideas for a project for design composition, and pretty much we had to do a PowerPoint or a scrapbook over our entire textbook, but it had to have a theme and be really cool. So I chose buildings and like just like cityscapes and that type of thing. So I've got one of like the Nashville skyline, and it says building, and then there's a little airplane with on design. This one is literally like I just planned to cut and paste pictures of different buildings together. Like this is the Shard from London. That's the Chrysler Building. That's Big Ben. That's the One World Trade Center. That's the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and that's the Eiffel Tower. And like just put them together to look like it's kind of like one uniform building. And that's the idea I ended up going with, and I think it looks really cool. And then I've got 4 more on the back just because we had a certain amount that we had to do. And I don't like these ones as much. I kind of put my all into the first 2 and then let go for the last 4. But this one's like a blueprint of a house, and it says building on design is like the title of the blueprint. This one is just made up of a bunch of vertical lines, and it says building on design. This one's all one line making up the house, and it says building on design in the one line. And then this one's like a construction crane, and it says building on design on some bricks. This next one is one that I was working on before I came to NOC. It was kind of just like this summer before I started. It wasn't senior year. So this was after I graduated, but it's just like a woman's chest area and like neck, and she has a tattoo that says I miss your touch. And then this hand is going to be like, it's not finished by any means, but this hand is going to be like stippled, so it's like kind of there but kind of not there. It's like just the remains, like just a memory of someone's touch. All of my drawings before NOC, I had this mindset of if my drawing does not come out perfect, then it's not even worth my time. It's not even worth doing. But now, like, I've had teachers tell me and friends tell me and everybody tell me, like, either you sit down and you draw something and it looks like crap, but it's not a waste of time. It is, you've either made a really good piece and it looks amazing and you can go out, I'm sorry, my nose ring's crooked. And you can go out and you can show everyone this one and it looks great, or you sit down and you do a piece of artwork and it looks awful, but you've learned something from it. Like, that's just it. Like, there's never a wasteful piece of art. You're never wasting paper, you're never wasting supplies, because you're either learning or making something good. So, or sometimes you're doing both at the same time. So, anyway, that's been something that's keeping me going through art school, even as stressful as it is either you learn something or you make something good out of it. So the first thing we did was a blind contour of someone in our class. So A, blind contours are hard, and B, I really suck at drawing people, so don't judge me on this one, please. But it looks kind of trippy and cool, so I mean, I guess I like it. Then next we had to draw a dog from memory, and this was just a project to show us, like, it's better to draw from life than to draw from memory, because drawing from life, you see a specific dog and you know exactly what they look like, but drawing from memory, you see, like, multiple dogs in your head and you're like, which one should I draw? And you take some features from each one of them, and it ends up not looking as good. So this is my dog. I didn't even really have time to get it down, but it looks really bad. And then we did the same thing. He told us to draw a tree from memory, and then we went outside and drew a tree from life. So this is my tree from memory. It is really sad. And then this is my tree from life. And this is all stuff that we did on the first day in class. So it was a lot. Pretty much we just did all the different types of shading on all different types of basic shapes. So this is a cube, a cone, a cylinder, and a sphere. And we had to do the different types of shading on all of them. And then for homework, we had to go in and do smooth on every type of shape, do stippled on every type of shape, which I did not get finished and didn't even realize until right now. We had to do hatching on every single type of shape, and I also didn't finish my square, oops, or my cube, sorry. And then we had to do cross-hatching on every type of shape, which I did not finish. This is our first week of homework. Every week we had to do 5 to 10 minute sketches. That's still in forced right now. Like, we still have to do like 14 10-minute sketches. It's gotten more complex. Back at the beginning of school, it was kind of more like 5 minutes, and now it's got to be like 14 10 minutes to get a passing grade. So, so these are my first week's drawings. I drew a bell pepper, which I got fussed at for because you weren't supposed to use colored pencil, but he didn't really say. He just said to do sketches, so I colored mine. And then I did a lighter. I did an ashtray that I found on my patio. I did a brick that had like paint going down it, and it also had like little chips in it. I actually have that brick. I found it somewhere and I use it as a bookend. You might have seen it in some of my videos before. This is my rear view mirror in my car with the little tree smell things. This is a necklace that I actually drew at a football game. This is my hand. Like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with drawing hands, but it's only free floating hands. Like, if it's on a body, then I can't draw it, but I really like doing like hand gestures. This is from a cafe that I went to, and I'm covering up the name of the cafe, but this is just like a little plant that was sitting on the table. This is the salt shaker that was really complex. This is someone's wireless headphones that I drew in class, and that's my old vape. So this is a really, really bad drawing of a guy from my class. This is the start of a drawing of someone from my class that I didn't get finished. We've kind of been working on like drawing quicker, like we'll sit down and we'll start off with like, say 10 minutes, and then we'd sit down and say 5 minutes, then we'd sit down and say 1 minute, and try to just get in as much detail as you can in the time that you have. And that was more so at the beginning. Now it's like we do that, but with a lot more complex things. Like the other day we had a live model and we had to draw her like really quickly. And I'm sorry I keep checking my phone. I have to see what time it is so I'm not late for work. Like I might even have to come back home after work to finish this video. But I'm not late yet. Next, I drew my coffee mug in class. I drew it again laying on its side, and it's got like the Starbucks mermaid on it. So I started to draw that, but then I ran out of 10 minutes. Or my 10 minutes ran out, so I didn't get to finish it. This here, we were supposed to do like a lot of just different drawings of a plate and a mug, and like do them in all different compositions and like see how many you can do within like 5 minutes, and this is all I got done. And most people got like at least 10 done. I got 3. Oops. I'm like the slowest at drawing, seriously. This is more homework of me drawing faces. This is a lady from the coffee shop. This is me. Well, it's supposed to be. It doesn't look anything like me. And then this is my friend, but he has really long hair, and I decided not even to draw his hair because I didn't want to have to deal with that because it was just so complicated. And hair is like also like a really hard thing for me, but I've gotten better. Like you'll see that as I go through the sketchbooks. Up next is this big like plantation looking house that I saw at a park. This is a page full of people. It's 4 people. And 2 of them are from Instagram. One of them's one of my friends who passed away. And then one of them's Laura DIY, like the YouTuber. So this is a girl from Instagram. This is a girl from Instagram. That's my friend who passed away. And this is supposed to be Laura DIY. It looks really bad. But, this is me getting better at drawing people. I'm still not very good at all. But I'm still working on it. So that's a good thing. This is a drawing of my best friend and his, at the time, boyfriend. They were walking together and holding hands, and I thought it was really cute, so I drew it. This is my friend when he was sitting in class on his laptop, and then this is my vape juice bottle. Because you run out of things to draw quite quickly. Like, you might not realize it, but you do. This is another drawing of a guy from class. Looks really bad. This is a really bad drawing of a hand, and like it looks like it's a bad drawing, but I swear that's actually what her hand looked like. Like she was a really, really skinny girl, but she had on this like really fluffy sweater, and I swear that's actually what it looked like. But make fun of me if you want. These were like really quickly drawn hands, and we had to draw whatever like gestures people gave us. So excuse the profanity. But yeah, I think they turned out pretty good. Those were like really quick sketches in class. Here's some more hands that we did really quick sketches in class. This one's a little too wide. That one was mine actually, and I thought it looked pretty cool. And I think that one looks pretty good too. Here is some homework that I did in week 3. This is my friend's shoe. This is my shoe. I saw this really cool looking margarita glass in Goodwill, so I drew it. It looks really cool. Like the handle is a cactus. So I drew that, and I'm pretty sure that's all that I drew in this sketchbook because I felt like I was, once again, wasting paper and wasting supplies, especially because all that I used in this sketchbook was pencil, and it's a mixed media sketchbook, which are a little more expensive than regular sketchbooks. And so I was like, wow, I'm wasting this mixed media paper by only using pencil on it. Like I need to wait until I'm using like watercolor or acrylic or ink or something like that can't, like regular paper can't take. So that's at the point that I switched to this sketchbook. And I left this one behind for a little bit, but I will be picking it back up soon because I've been doing a lot of ink stuff, and I'm wanting to get back into painting, but I really just don't have the extra time to right now. But here is this one, and like I said, I pretty much put the same quote in this one as the cover page this time though. The same Neil Gaiman quote. I hope that in the year to come, and then I was gonna like cross out year to come and put sketchbook just to be kind of funny. It says, you make mistakes, because if you're making mistakes, then you're making and trying new things, learning, living, pushing, changing yourself and the world. And I really like typography type stuff, so that's why you'll probably see me do a lot of that. This next one is 5-minute gestures, week 3 homework. So it's just 3 hands that I drew. This one's smoking a cigarette. This one's doing a peace sign. That's actually Michaela that I did a YouTube video with. That's her hand. And so is this one. These are 5-minute blind contours from week 3. So yeah, they still look really bad. His beard doesn't match up with his face. Her facial features don't match up with her face. This one's just all over the place. They're really bad. This is week 4 book exercises. I did them really quick. And I should have done some more detail on working on those. I drew another one of my coffee cups. I did my sketchbook, the little blue one, my friend's Gatorade bottle. This is the bookwork. And I started labeling stuff and making it look better. So that's pretty much it. Just drawing and shading stuff. I really like how this bookwork turned out because I'm really good at like patterns, or at least I think so, and the teacher kind of complimented me on them. And I really like how these apples turned out. Like, I don't think I've ever done apples better. I drew my steering wheel. These are 3 people from a coffee shop. Actually, this one's my friend. But this is a random girl from a coffee shop. That's another random girl from the coffee shop. And then that's my friend. This is a drawing where my teacher drew my sketchbooks. And that's where my friend drew my sketchbook. So, just saying. I went to my sister's house, actually, and I drew a lot of her little Halloween decor because I thought it was really cute. So I did this little candy jar. I drew her fridge, which had like a little eyeball magnet on it. Once again, my teacher drew on it. She had a little gravestone that said "Enter if you dare." She had those little feet that you can put on your fingers that are really weird. She had a empty thing of McDonald's fries. And then she had this cool looking, I think it's an aloe plant, but I drew that too. This is week 6, which is October 22nd. I drew some roses. I'm pretty sure they were just like knockout roses. Then I drew this cow with a bunch of plants around it. I drew 4 random people from Instagram. This project from the book, which was just supposed to be like a still life. So there's like some pumpkins, a candle, a little glass jar, a book, and a blanket laid out. These are the ones starting from where we did the Halloween video in Walmart, me and my friend Jacob. So those 2 are from that video. So is this one. Then I did a drawing of my white bird of paradise, which is actually growing a new leaf right now. So that's what that is. I also drew my chair from my living room. I drew a little scene from one of my favorite cafes, and this is a tree, and this is just like a fence. I drew my cinnamon roll, and yes, it was actually square, so don't come at me. But the fork does look bad, and it did not actually look like that, but forks are really hard to draw. I've tried to draw them multiple times, and they look really bad every time. And then some last minute sketches in class. I did my mechanical pencil and my new vape. This is what it looks like, just so you guys can know. That's one of my friends, and my teacher, she scribbled over his eye, so he looked really good until my teacher scribbled over his face, which made me really angry. And then this is just another random guy from class. I draw that guy from class, like, a lot. Like, those 2 guys, I draw the most. And I don't know why. Like, they're just the 2 that I picked to draw out of everyone. And I don't know why. I think it's because they have, like, facial hair. So it makes them easy to make look like a man. Because, like, I have an issue with making men look like women. So I guess that's why. I'm not really sure. This is from November 1st. So this was just like last week. I did some drawings of some random women in Starbucks. That was really fun. I sat there for like an hour just drawing random people. Here I drew 2 trees while sitting in the school parking lot. I think they turned out pretty good. Not my best, but not my worst. Here I drew a dying rose and my incense. I drew a sign that says Nashville. It's actually hung up in one of my classrooms, and it's like a little neon sign with like little lights on the inside, and I even drew it down to the cord where it was plugged up at, which I thought was really, really cool. And then the very last drawing that I've done in this sketchbook so far is a drawing from one of my favorite cafes, and it was just like a little bench type thing with plants all over it. I didn't even get to draw all of the plants. It looked really cute actually, and I might even post a picture I took of it on Instagram, so be looking out for that, link below. But that's just all I could get drawn in my 10 minutes. So those are all of the sketchbooks that I have. I hope you guys have enjoyed me sharing all of my sketchbook work with you guys and just all of the art that I've done recently. I really want to keep you guys updated, like, because I feel like I've personally just grown so much in these few months that I've been at NOC already. So I just want to keep sharing with you guys. I really want to do an updated portfolio and some like charcoal sketch pad tours, because I have a newsprint pad that I do a bunch of charcoal in, and I also did ink for the first time ever, like just straight up ink in that newsprint pad. So I want to show that to you guys too, even though I really suck at charcoal. I just want to show you guys what I've been working on. So that's just going to be really cool, and I want to share that with you. So if you do want to see that stuff, then go ahead and comment below. But I also really don't want to make this page or this channel all about art. I want to do more than just art. So let me know what you guys want to see. Right now, pretty much all my brain is wrapped around is art, 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 art. So it's kind of hard for me to think of other topics for videos. So just let me know what you guys want to see, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I've got to go get ready for work. So we'll see you guys again next week. Bye guys, I love you so much.